Hi everyone, I hope you're well. Let's get ready to learn a little bit more about multiplication. Our learning intentions are that we are learning to recognize and model multiplication as repeated addition, groups, and arrays. Our success criteria is that we can identify the number of objects in rows and columns of an array. We'll be able to write a multiplication number sentence, and we'll be learning to write a turnaround fact for a number sentence. Before we get started with our activity for today, we're going to have a little bit more of a look at how useful arrays are. Let's watch this video.
Hello, Ray the roving reporter here. Today I'm writing a story on groups or equal groups of objects. And it's quite a big story because, well, when you think about it, you can see groups of objects everywhere. Have a look around you the next time you're in the supermarket. I think you will see there are groups of tins, groups of jars, groups of cereal boxes, groups of apples. So let's think about this group of hats. Question for you. First of all, how can we organize this group of hats into equal groups? Well, after taking a look and doing a bit of trial counting, I'm beginning to see that the total number of hats can be separated into equal groups of 5. I can say this because there are 5 hats in each group with none left over. This means I have equal groups. All right. Now we can add the groups together to find the total number. I will skip count by 5 4 times. Here we go. 5, 10, 15, and 20. So 4 groups of 5 equals 20. There are 20 hats altogether. Another way we can organize this group is to use an array. Now, an array groups objects into equal rows and equal columns. But what do we mean by rows and columns? Well, a row shows the objects going across in a line like this. And a column shows the objects going up and down like this. In the case of our hats, we have 4 rows with 5 hats in each row. But that's not the end of the story, because we can also describe this array by saying there are 5 columns with 4 hats in each column. Can you see how we can group these objects in different ways? Such as into equal groups and into arrays containing rows and columns. So, next time you're in the supermarket, see if you can group objects like these into equal groups, and then see if you can put them into arrays containing rows and columns. All right, I better get back to writing my story.
This next task involves us having to write as many number sentences as we can by taking the information from the array. So the question on this challenge card is, how many pairs are there? So we're going to look first at our rows. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. So we will write the number 4. Then we're going to have a look at our columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to write the number, let's try that again, the number 5. And 4. 4 times 5. Okay, now we can use these same numbers and this same array to write repeated addition. So we're going to write 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. Now let's check. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've done our repeated addition correctly. To help us make some more number sentences, we're going to have a little look at turnaround facts. Turnaround facts are when you are adding or multiplying, you can swap around the number and it will still equal the same amount. So we can try it with this example on the board. So we've got 5 times 3, and if we turn our array around, it's 3 times 5. So it's exactly the same. The answer is exactly the same, but we can use our turnaround fact to write it another way. So let's go back to our previous slide and see if we can practice using turnaround facts. Now I've turned our array around so we can see it from a different angle. And now we're going to see if this makes a difference or if we can make different number sentences using our array on this angle. So let's have a look. We're going to have a look at the rows first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rows. So let's write 5. Now, we're going to count the columns. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 columns. 5 times 4. Okay. Now, let's see if we can do the same thing using repeated addition again. 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 equals. Now, the second part of our task is to be able to find the total. And it's much easier to count by 5s than it is to count by 4s. So I think that I can solve this now by counting by 5s. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay. I think my answer is 20. Now you can see how many more number sentences I was able to make by using turnaround facts. Now it is your turn. You are only being asked to complete 2 arrays, but of course if you want to do more, please go ahead. So what you need to do is, number 1, write as many number sentences as you can to match the array. And then number 2, what is the total of each array? So We can use our turnaround facts and our knowledge of addition and multiplication to help us with these strategies. Good luck.